Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our most recent episode of the 718. I'm Sal Cassio, along with my co-host Charlie Crane. How you doing today, Chuck?
I'm good. I'm excited. We got a snow day tomorrow. I never thought I'd get one of those again with online school and all, but I'm so happy.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty mentally exhausted after this biology test that I took today. So
Yeah, I have that coming up later in the week, so I'm
yeah,
not looking forward to it.
let's dive into this episode. Okay, so with the NBA season's right around the corner. What do you think for the Knicks and Nets this year?
I think the Nets can be pushing for a high seed in the Eastern Conference. I think that if Kevin Durant and Kyrie can develop a bit of chemistry and Steve Nash can put them in positions to succeed, I think the roster has the talent to compete with the best teams in the East. I'm not sure I'm not sure they're better than Boston or Toronto or Milwaukee, but I think they're better than someone like Philadelphia, like right off the bat. And we haven't even seen them play a real game yet. But what about you?
Well, I agree with you, but at the same time, I kind of have a little bit of worry about Steve Nash, like just coaching for like the first time. So I think it's gonna be like a little. I honestly think it might start off a little rough, just with like how they play and
Yeah,
stuff like
no,
that.
I
But
see.
I think a lot like as time goes on, they easily could push for like a top seed in the East because they definitely have the talent to. It's just about the chemistry now.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. I'm not sure that I said in the beginning. I'm not sure he was the right hire. I think it was kind of just to appease Kevin Durant because I know that they're good friends. I think they might have been better to get a winner in there to like make them play well right now, but only time will tell. And for the Knicks, I mean, I think it's fair to say the Knicks are going to be bad. The Knicks are
Yeah.
going to be bad. I don't think they're going to be the worst team. I would still say that like the Cavs and the Pistons are worse, but besides them, I'm not sure there's the worst team in the Knicks.
Yeah, well, there's really no future for. I mean, there's a future for the Knicks right now, but there's no future for this season, at least. Like, it's
No,
just going to be another sad year for the Knicks, honestly.
but like
Right for a high
the
draft pick.
yeah, it's better for the Knicks to be bad. Like I know the lottery makes that a little bit more uncertain. I know that's the point of the lottery, but like the Knicks just need to be bad again and pick high because the team is bad. It's just not good enough. Like has some young players. Like I think the most important thing for the Knicks this season is not actually record at all. It's do you see RJ Barrett improve? Do you see Obi Toppin adapt to the league? Can someone like an Emmanuel quickly make like a off the bench impact? Like can Mitchell Robinson step up a little bit? Like I think it's all like individual goals. I think as a team, it's kind of hopeless. But
Yeah, they just have like a yeah. I agree. I agree. They have a nice young future, and I guess for some Knicks fans, it'll be nice to see that. But like as a Knicks fan, you can't really expect them to like do anything with that. You know what I mean?
yeah, you can, you can. You gotta take it as it comes. Trust the process.
Yeah, trust
Trust.
the process. All right, moving into the MLB. Not much news with the Yankees, but Mets made a nice couple of moves this week. Signed
For
James
the
McCann. I like that.
James McAnn, I think he's a great signing. I think he was unlucky not to be. He was an All Star 2 years ago. Like if only because he was behind one of the best catchers, perennial starter. I think he's a really good pickup. Great defensive catcher. Will hit for a good average. I really like the move.
Yeah, I really like him too. I know we spoke a little bit about it on our last episode with Mr. Blanchard, but I mean like
Yeah.
I like the move over Real Buto. I really do. Like it gives us more money to spend in free agency, and if that's what the organization wants, and Steve Cohen I trust. So
Let's keep going. Let's go. You got yourselves a GM.
yeah,
What do you think about that?
I honestly I'm very happy. I saw some rumors floating around about Billy Owens, but I think Jared Porter, especially because he was under the mentorship of Theo Epstein, I feel like
Hmm.
that could be a potential target for the Mets to actually get in their front office next year. And I mean, this guy's his list of qualifications is insane. He's won multiple World Series. Like, I think he's a really good hire. And I mean, I saw his opening conference, and he looks like he wants to win. And he said that benchmark of 3 to 5 years that Steve Cohen had is realistic, and he wants to be a part of that, and he's willing to take on that risk. And I really like that from a Mets fan.
Yeah, no, I think you guys are definitely bringing in the right kind of guys into the clubhouse, and I think like a championship mentality is like important, and the fact that he's been there with teams who've done it before, I think it's something that's undervalued when you're building a team. Like he knows what it takes He knows what it takes to win a championship. But if he thinks he can do that in a 3 to 5 year plan, like then all power to him. The Yankees offseason is dead. It's just dead. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I saw
If
some rumors
LeMahieu
floating around
is
that
apparently distant from all.
What'd you say? Hello?
No, I was saying LeMahieu. Everything I've read is that he's distant from everybody.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what to think about him. I wanted to come back, but it doesn't seem like Cashman is willing to give him any more than 2 years. I would give him 3. I think 3 is a good compromise, but he doesn't want 3. The Nats offered him 3, and he hasn't taken it yet. So,
I
don't know.
I saw some rumors going around that the Mets actually want to acquire Tanaka. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, fine, take him. He's
Yeah,
a solid pitcher, but I think we have to move him on.
Yeah,
I think he's a solid 5, like 4 or 5 maybe, but like I think last year like the playoff Tanaka kind of fell apart against the Indians,
yeah,
and I'm not sure I'd like to see that ever again.
yeah. I kind of
I think. What were you saying?
I said I saw on SNY. I said on SNY someone did a little like opinion of the Mets starting rotation. They had Tanaka at 3, which I don't really know if that's a solid 3.
I don't know if
You
he's a
know?
3. I think he's a 4 or 5. Like I think he'd be a solid 4 or 5 on most MLB teams, but like at least I like to think of the Yankees as World Series contenders, and I'm not like I think at least as he was last year. I know injuries made it that he was starting in playoff games. I don't think that can happen.
Yeah,
I think he's a move him to the bullpen when October comes around kind of guy.
yeah. I agree. I mean, so not that much in the baseball world. So let's go to the NFL. Jets and Giants.
Lot going on in the NFL.
Yeah,
Giants
definitely.
had a disaster, offensive disaster against the Cardinals.
Guess who called it? This guy.
No. You didn't call us gonna be that bad. You had no idea.
No,
No.
well, I mean, if we're betting on the spread, I mean, like you
God,
laughed at me when I picked the Cardinals. Don't you remember?
it was painful. It was painful. I don't. Who is that like defensive end that we made look like Reggie White on the Cardinals?
I have no clue,
I
but
don't even.
it was pretty amazing. Like
I
Daniel
don't even
Jones.
remember his name, but we made him look so good.
Daniel
We
Jones
should
did
have.
not look
He should
comfortable.
not have been in the game. He was hurt.
I agree.
It was the first game in his very very brief NFL career that he had no rushing attempts. He couldn't move. He was just standing there and waiting for them to hit him.
Yeah,
It was awful.
I
Like
said on Sunday. I said I was telling my dad. I was like, Colt McCoy should have started this game, and I feel like they would have had a better chance.
it's a real slap in the face with Colt McCoy that bit like like Daniel Jones with one leg is better than you, Colt, and we're gonna go play him.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, Colt McCoy won a game. I don't really get it, but Colt McCoy should have been in the game, and now we might have risked. You know, because like I don't know if you saw fourth quarter, he's limping off every drive, and we're keeping him in. Like if we risked him for like the more crucial game, like I think we would have been better off just playing Colt McCoy one more week and having a healthy Daniel Jones for the rest of the season, and now we might have jeopardized that.
yeah, and you guys might not make the playoffs now because of it.
No, Joe Judge is a very young coach. I know he's going to make mistakes, and I think that was a big mistake. A big mistake.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand why. Like Daniel Jones is potentially your franchise quarterback. Like you want him in there as soon as possible. But
Yeah, I agree.
Colt McCoy, after being the Seahawks, who are another playoff contender, who, in my opinion, have a way better roster than the Giants do.
Way better.
Like
way better.
you got to start him.
I know.
Until Jones is healthy, at least.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's too late now, but we should have started him. We should have started him against the Cardinals, and it was a mistake. It was a mistake.
Yeah.
And
Jets, on the other hand, did not have much luck against the Seahawks.
No, it was even worse than the Giants. It's just another dumpster fire.
Oh, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
So
I watched that game. That was brutal. I actually saw someone bet online that the Jets were going to lose by more than 35.5 points, and they actually lost that bet. And like the spread was originally 16.5 points. So they doubled it and still lost the bet. And the odds were ridiculously like low too, which sucks. Like
yeah, it feels so purposeful at this point. It's just like it's so sad to watch.
It is so sad. And if there's any advice that like I can give anybody out there, it is to never bet on the Jets.
Never
to do anything positive. ever.
I remember earlier in the season, it was the Jets Chiefs game. We were talking about the spread for that. We're like, this is actually not that bad.
Yeah,
But
19 and a half points. Like, how bad could it be? I mean, it's basically like the Jets starting up 3 touchdowns. Like, can't go terrible. What do they do? I think they lost by like 27. Like,
yeah, it's fine. They find ways. They find ways to make it worse.
yeah. And it's really nice being a Jets fan. Just witnessing those ways every single week, whether it's Sam Darnold.
Well, he's got to go.
Yeah, no, he's got to go. I did see that.
I know the offense is bad, like all around him, but he doesn't make it any better.
Yeah, not at all. I did see that he wanted to stay, but he said, "I know that the decision's not up to me."
Sam Darnold?
Sam Darnold said he wants to stay in New York.
Well, I'm sure he does want to stay because it's the only team that will give him the starting job. No, I think he might go to the Steelers. Apparently, they're interested in bringing him in as like a young backup to Big Ben, which I don't know. I mean, yeah, I'd be fine with that. I also saw them. They were linked to Jameis Winston, the Steelers. I know I'm talking about the Steelers, but I don't know. I can see Sam.
I feel like Jameis Winston wouldn't be a bad wouldn't be bad, honestly. You know what I mean?
He's the same kind of style as Roethlisberger. He's that big towering arm, stand tall in the pocket kind of guy. But I mean it's not exactly a growing review of Jameis when he's the third string QB. I thought they kind of brought him in to be like a Teddy Bridgewater type. I mean, Taysom Hill hasn't played bad, but I don't know. I kind of thought Jameis would have more of a role there because Drew Brees gets hurt every year, so it's a pretty good backup job. But he's not even the backup. So
yeah. I mean, Taysom Hill losing against the Eagles could potentially change that. So
Jalen Hurts, man.
Oh yeah, wow. He had a phenomenal day, honestly.
Good for him. I can't tell if he's actually good or just he's better than Carson Wentz.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Wentz is awful. It's just awful. Like, his mechanics are all off. It's ugly. It's ugly to watch him play football, and I'm happy that I don't have to do it again.
Yeah,
I'd much rather watch Jalen Hurts. But so, I think Wentz to the Colts is going to happen.
You think so?
I think he'll reunite with Frank Reich. Yeah, because Phillip Rivers, I think, is done. I'm not a fan of Phillip Rivers either.
Phillip Rivers, he has his moments though. Like lately, he's been turning it on. At least connecting with T.Y. Hilton.
He's a really good team. I just think that he's the most okay quarterback ever.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god. Oh my god. Imagine if he had a supporting cast. Well, he does have a supporting cast, and yeah, he can win football games, but he doesn't play that well. He's a game manager who sometimes makes bad decisions. It's like I don't really get it. But that's not important.
Yeah, that's true.
Talking about picks for the week. Who you got?
So I mean, my first pick, I'm thinking about taking Dolphins -2 against the Pats. Dolphins fighting for the playoff role. I know New England's 6-7. I know they destroyed the Chargers. It's just like I trust Tua. I trust Tua's game management skills. I don't really like the way that he quarterbacks personally, but like I feel like
I think he doesn't turn the ball over. He doesn't do anything exceptional with his arm, but he's a solid. He plays winning football, so I do like him. But I understand what you mean. I actually like the Pats. I like the Pats in that game. I think that Bill Belichick Bill Belichick has a good record against his former assistants, and they need a win this week if they want to have any chance of making the playoffs. So I can't see Belichick losing this. I can't.
Yeah. Well, I mean, my next pick, honestly, I think would be I'm gonna take the Chiefs -3 against the Saints. Like,
I hope it's a great game.
I think it will be a great game.
I mean, so far, game of the year is definitely. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it. Monday Night Football, Ravens Browns.
Oh yeah, that was a beautiful game.
Excellent. Lamar Jackson coming out of the locker room, 45-yard touchdown pass. It was great. But I think that has the potential to be a very, very good game. And you could argue that it should have been the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was my Super Bowl prediction.
That was my Super Bowl prediction too.
No, it's a little basic, but it's just what I think will happen. My next pick, I like the Cardinals. I like the Cardinals -6.5 over the Eagles. And the Cardinals, I like what I had praise for what Jalen Hurts did last week, but I think the Cardinals are just a better team.
Mhm. So
And
you think they can win by a touchdown essentially?
yeah, yeah, I think they will. And I also just I really like the Cardinals secondary, and I really don't like the Eagles receiving core. And I just don't think that's a good matchup for the Eagles at all. Who's your third pick?
So my final pick, I know you're probably going to disagree with me once again, but I'm taking the Browns -4.5 against the Giants. And hear me out.
I don't
Hear
think it's
me
a
out.
bad pick. I don't think it's a bad pick.
Okay. Well, Daniel Jones, I still don't know if he's 100% healthy. He's going to be facing Miles Garrett in that defensive line. Cleveland coming out of a dogfight on Monday night. Like, they're motivated to win. Like,
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield's no joke. Like, I know, mind you, the Giants have one of the best secondaries in the league, but like, Baker Mayfield's been making it work with like people's
Only thing about
injury.
Baker, what I would say, as I was listening to Colin Cowherd, and I think he made a lot of good points. He was saying the Browns are so desperate to not miss on another quarterback that they spent so much money on that offense, and that back seven on the defense is awful, awful secondary,
That is
just
true.
just bad. But I don't think Daniel Jones can actually exploit that. If I'm being completely honest,
No,
I
I
don't.
really, I can't see it.
I don't think he's there. I don't think he's there yet where he can pick apart a poor secondary. I just don't see
Mhm.
it happening.
And you're
But
telling me it's going to be a close game between both because it's a must-win game for both of them, especially because the Ravens won that game. Like the Browns need to keep up the pressure if they want to make the playoffs. And I mean the Giants have to win if they want to make the playoffs too. Like I mean,
yeah,
it's gonna be hard for the Giants to make the playoffs if they don't win this next game. But if you're telling me on paper, Browns or
it's a
Giants, I'm taking the Browns.
yeah. I'm my third pick is not the Giants as much as I wanted it to be because I can't. I don't know. I think we played well in prime time. I think we played well against Steelers. I think we played well against the Bucks, but we do end up losing.
Mhm.
So I can't. I don't know if I trust it, but I like the Bucks -6 over the Falcons. I think the Bucks. I think the Bucks have played some hard opponents, and I think they're going to finally start to get it into gear. Bruce Arians, Tom Brady. I'm expecting that chemistry to build a little bit. And I think the Falcons are another team that just it looks like try to lose games. Like they are so bad at holding on to leads that like I think the Falcons will go up in this game and then they'll just like be like, all right, yeah, we're done. Quit in the third quarter, and then they'll never come back. I just hope Calvin really does well though. Starting him in my fantasy playoffs. I need him.
Yeah. Good luck this week.
I need him. I need him
Yeah,
bad.
I know.
I don't know.
Well,
I'm as long as Christian McCaffrey doesn't play, I'm feeling
yeah.
very good about fantasy. But if he does, I'm scared. I'm scared.
Well, best of luck to you in fantasy. Good
Thank you.
episode, and we'll see
Best of
you
luck to
guys next
anyone
week.
else in the fantasy playoffs this weekend. By the way,
Yeah.
I wish
Thank
you
you
luck.
guys for watching.
All right, thank you.